And now, the lady, the queen of love, and her one and only gentleman, I present to you the Seymours.
Thank you. That's so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Good evening. Good evening, all of our partners and those of you that watch, come with us attentively on Mondays at 8 o'clock. We know we're getting ready for another hour, another time of the week so that we can make it more convenient for you. But this evening, Elvis and I, we are so happy to be coming to you with real talk for real people with real situations. And you know, sometimes we know the talk get a little ugly, but it's okay.
You get a little good.
It gets a little good, but it's okay. We don't mean any harm. We mean you laughter. When we come into your home, we come to bring peace, joy, and laughter to make you forget about some of the stuff, some of the things, some of the disruption that has disrupted your life from last Monday to this Monday. So we're just happy to come to you this evening. And I want you all to know, hit like, share, baby, you does it well.
Yes. Like and share. Let someone know that the Queen of Love is on. Dr. Seymour is on this evening, and she been sharing for the last 2 weeks. She's just been going in. So we have no idea what she's going to talk about today, what she's going to share, what's on her heart. So let somebody know that the Seymours are on. Hit like, hit share, subscribe. So every time we come on, you can get a notice, and you can know that we are on, and you can see what we have to share with you. And we so appreciate y'all for tuning in and let us come into your home.
Yeah, Sonia, we see you coming on, girl. We see you coming in this evening. I see you, girl. Hugs and kisses, hugs and kisses. Good evening, Ron. Good evening, Ron. We see you. We see you, Keandra. Keandra, oh my God, girl, you're looking good. You're looking good. You're looking good. I see Mother Bergs, Florence Bergs. Listen, you all are right on time. You're right on time. That is a motivator. Amen. And you know, don't stir me up, because once you stir me up, I get started. So if you notice, I'm trying to stay very calm, very calm. Oh my God. Bishop Ray said Sunday, real people, real problem. Oh my God. Well, that's what we're having, girl. It's called Real Talk for Real People with Real Situations. Jermaine, oh my Chef. Oh my goodness, Chef. I've been trying to get in touch with you. Oh my favorite, one of my favorites.
Right?
Exes, you know, much love. God is so great for this season. God is so, I'm talking about awesome and magnificent. Listen, I want y'all to stay tuned because we're getting ready to start with the iPod. Is it the iPod?
Podcast.
Is that what it's called?
Podcast.
Podcast. I think we'll be starting next week with the podcast. Yes. We're doing great things here with the love doctor and my husband. And they call me the Queen of Love. I don't know if it's because I make good love with him, or the love that I made in the past, or is it the love talk that I do? But whatever it is, it's all about love, baby. It's all about love. I am so excited. I want you to hit like and share this evening. And just share us with a friend. Let them know that we are on. And I want to thank God before I get into the show, before I get started. Yes. There you go, Shep. Things that you was trying to get your mama to start before you. I know. We're catching up with time, though. You know, you can't have it because you're so advanced. But I thank God for you and your brain, your anointing, and all that God do through you, Prophet Shep. I thank God for you. I do. And I respect and thank God for your stepping out on the things and your adventures. Amen. Listen, tonight I want to thank God for my partners. There's some that has, Krista, thank you, girl. Thank you. Love you more. Thank you. Love you more. There's some of you that have partnered with the Seymours, and we don't want it to go unnoticed. I want you to know. I want to thank God this evening for Apostle Travis Davis, Gregory Ruffin, representing the HIRN, Donna Brookshire, Ronna Brookshire, Rita Grover. Oh, Rita, we got some stuff for you, girl. Tobias Ward, Will Leathridge, Larry Hinton. I'm just wondering, is that the Larry Hinton that I know? Because I'm serious, man. Some good stuff is happening. Selena, Counsel, Amos, and Wonder Power. Listen. Amos. Oh, yeah, it's time to come back, son. It's time to come back. We got some things going on over here. I'm trying to keep my cool, y'all. Can't y'all see?
You got some things.
No, it's that me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. Oh, yes. Amos, the House of God Ministries, Sonia Cow, Sonia girl, big old wave. I thank God for my partners. Levi, Ozell, Cherry. That's my midget lady. I love me some Cherry. I love you, Pastor Cherry. Andrea Gala. Listen.
Bless you.
Listen. The light is on. Somebody say, I'm at the wheel and I'm going to drive this. I'm going to drive it all the way. You better drive all the way. Thank you, Joshua. I see you, baby. Thank you, Joshua. LaShawn Lovell, Rajon Francis. Rajon, you know we're waiting on you.
Yes, we are.
You know we're waiting on you.
Yes, we are.
The Stoney and Tobias. I think I called Tobias' name twice. But listen, LaShawn, but I want y'all to know all of my partners. Get ready. This is why they're going to be calling you about your address, because I have a covenant necklace that we're going to be sharing. I bought a partnership covenant and I'm praying over it. It's red and white. That all of my covenant partners will be receiving from me, from the Seymours. And this is going to bring us together even more. Oh, let me tell you something. I'm getting excited. I don't want to go into tongue because, I'm here to talk the nasty talk and the good talk and the saving talk. But, so I'm going to keep myself calm this evening. But don't forget, we're asking you to partner with us. $21. I believe it's $21 a month. But when you're going to start, you're going to get one site for certain things that I'm going to be talking about. And I know Shepherd fits to get excited again. But there are some private things that I want to share only with certain people.
Only with the partners.
There is some sexual language. There is some conversation that I want to talk about. And I only want to share it with my partners. You are hearing me. There's some good stuff. Robert, I hear you. Robert and Sonia. Love you, girl. It's called Grown Folk Talk. And we're going to blow your mind. So everybody's not ready for the Grown Folk Talk. But it's the language that needs to be spoken in the bedroom, in the grocery store. There are certain language, and if I give it out now, some folk I've learned that they're stealing information that I share out there, and they put it back out there but it ain't what the real. You know what? Everybody ain't mean. But everybody ain't mean. So I don't care if they try to mimic me, and I've noticed other people get up, we ain't even worried about that. Real talk for real people. Real situations. That's what I am about. So when we're going to, you'll be getting the information to know how to follow us and put your questions in there. I don't care what the question is. It's time. Save these marriages or break up. Save these marriages. A man, you might need another woman. A woman, you might need another man. It's time to get on the triangle. Love is a threefold triangle. Bam. Everybody don't know what the triangle is. Triangle means some things can shift. See, I just put that word out there. I said I wasn't going to do that. See, so it was talk for a minute while I calm my little happy self down.
That is good. Now, you've been on fire for the last 2 weeks.
I know it's good. Oh, you on fire?
No, I'm not on fire. I'm on fire for you, baby. But look, like and share. I know a lot of people still coming on. Don't forget to like and share. Share this conversation. Share this with somebody else. Let someone know that the Seymours are on. And I'm telling you, we have this for all our partners. We have this covenant rope that we're sending out to you guys. And I'm telling you, Dr. Seymour has anointed it. It's a point of contact. And I'm telling you,
it's going to change those marriages.
It's going to change those
marriages. It's
going
to change that bedroom sex.
Yes.
We're going to take you out of the sex flow into the making love flow. Y'all don't hear me. It's time,
It's time to make love.
It's time to make love.
That's right. Especially if you're married.
Well, you got to make something, even if you ain't married, if you want to know if you're going to get there. You need to know if you want to bring her down the aisle. You know what I'm saying?
You got to test drive.
You gotta know if the gears work, baby. You gotta know if the gears still work. You can buy an old car that the gears don't even work. Then when you buy the car, you gotta go and put it in the shop. You don't want to go put nothing in the shop. You want to buy something that's already running. Evans and I just purchased us a convertible Jaguar, and you know, and now we have to go do some work on it to get the hood to go down. That's what I'm talking about. You don't want nothing that's not already working. So you need to know, say, now wait a minute, boo, before we come down now, you need to do some little oil change. And we need to change your transmission fluid and
make sure everything is
do an emission check. because the light might be on. You know, they ask, what do I think about sex before marriage? You don't want to know what I think about sex before marriage. And you finna say I do, and that ain't the I did it. She ain't did it before. He ain't did it before. No, you ain't ready for the I do's yet. So let's work this thing out. Make sure that those gears work and the key fits. See, you can buy a car and sometimes it's not the right key. So it won't open the door. Do y'all know what I meant when I just said that? See, I told you I can see. You know what the wrong key does? You can't get in the door. You got men out there that can't get in the door. The door won't open because you got the wrong key. So it's a misfit. Yes. So in order to unlock the car door, you got to make sure it's the right car or it's the right key. Now, he has to have the right key and she has to be the right door. Y'all will catch that in the rap.
My God.
She has to be the right door. If she's not the right door, the key ain't going to fit. So you might well go find the car that the key fits. It's going to be a horrible midnight, horrible adventure. You all know it's the truth. It's the truth. Nobody comes in. We're trying to build our ministries single. We've got to do this thing. You got to talk about love making. Sex is one thing. Screwing is another thing. But making love is a whole nother story. Yes, it is. And the average person has never talked about making love because they've been busy screwing. So what you get in a relationship, and now we're going on to the next thing. But what you get in a relationship, the first thing you're introduced to is sex. Then after you get to making sex, then you start screwing. So you have to say, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like I had to tell Evans when we started, I said, baby, what you doing here?
I'm still here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing here.
But I told him, you ain't finna wear me out like that, doing that stuff. Man, don't nobody do that. You know, we got to build this bridge. You have to build that bridge before you try to drive over it. And make sure you got everything in place before you drive that bridge. Y'all ain't going to help me here. But tonight, they asked the question about Will Smith and how I would handle that, because we're not going to stay on that long. But someone wanted to know about the Will Smith and what happened with Will Smith. Well, what the Queen of Love says is that was Will Smith in the body and in the flesh, but in the spirit, that was the role that he had been playing as King Richard. So what happened when he heard something that clicked and his wife gave him a certain look, then it snapped and brought forth the other man.
That's good.
He just brought forth the other man, and the other man reacted to what was said about his queen. Now, I want to say this. You need to be willing to lose every title and every position about your queen. You got to be willing. Now, you know, especially, and she didn't provoke it. Now, if she would have provoked it and got out of her character, that would have been another a situation. But because she sat there ladylike in her own way, then, but first of all, let me tell you all something that's listening. Your wife ain't the joke at no comedy show. Your wife is not the joke at no comedy show. So it doesn't matter what Chris and how many felt sorry for him. I'm not the joke. I'm that lady. I'm that lady, Negro. I'm not the joke. I don't care what they paying you, and I don't care about the money. Now, let my husband not defend me and a Negro making a joke out of me about a sickness that I have on my hair. Oh, hell no. That dog don't hunt no more. You better get up and pretend. You know, so that's where I'm at about that. They asked me, say, what you think about it? I said, well, I'm going to go honestly tell you. And then Will Smith, as a black man, y'all better talk to me. He defended his black queen at any cost. He's far from being broke. So go ahead and sue him, Chris. You can't break him. The Negro he's a multi-millionaire, heir. You can't stop counting the heirs of dollars. This young man been making money since he was a young teenager. Let's be for real. He was supposed to do what he done. And if he wouldn't have done it, we would have talked about him later. All of us would have, especially black women, those of us that standing for something, we would have said, did you see how he sit there and let Chris Rock with his ugly self make a joke out of his wife? Y'all know we would have said that. Yeah, thank you, son. You can't break that man. He's worth $300 million. And ain't no attorney ain't gonna sue him for $300 million. Now you might sue him for 10, 15, 20 million, whatever, it don't matter. But that's his wife. And so everybody's bringing up about the other extramarital affair. That's those people's business. If she and he decided, of he and she decided, of she and he decided, of he and she decided they wanted to have sidebars, that ain't our business. Real talk for real people with real situations. Whatever they was doing and they chose to do it, and it was okay. Now, if Will decided to let his wife sleep with another man and she liked it, what the other man did, that still ain't our business. I'm not her counselor. I'm not her pastor. So if Will found out about it and he decided to stay with her, that's their business. We ain't got nothing to do with it. What we want to be glad about is that black man defended his queen. And he was willing, okay, so they took him down. That's only for a minute. You know, everybody can't act. Everybody ain't no Will Smith. Everybody ain't gonna act like him. You know, Chris Rock ain't got the movies and the stuff that's working for Will Smith. And then you got to know who's backing Will Smith. See, that's why it's best sometimes just let well enough be well enough.
But now, see, man, I've walked into a store and the cash register, whoever the cash person was having a bad day, and we asked them for a buggy, a trolley, whatever it was. And the answer was so nasty and dirty. And since they was having a bad day, I just have to continue to let them have a bad day. So that's just how it goes. That's just how the cookie crumbles. You ain't going to have a bad day, my wife. Since you're having a bad day, I'm going to let you continue to have a bad day. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing is, I'm going to call the police. I'm saying, okay, it's been a while since I've seen a couple of my friends, so go ahead and call them. I'm right here. That's exactly what I said. So we ain't worried about all that.
Can I go back? Let's go back history a little bit. In history, that was what black men stood by and allowed to happen to their queen.
Slavery.
That man had to sit and watch another man going into his private area of the wife. That private area of her belonged to him. And so I know we're not talking about sex, but I'm just using the illustration of what the black man, our foreparent, had to deal with a long time ago. So Will killed that spirit then. He nipped that spirit in the bud. Yeah, Doc. I ain't hating on you. Because Steve Harvey would have done something worse. You know, everybody got they have their saying, but at the same time, that Will Smith wife, and that's what I have to say. But I feel like the person that slapped Chris Rock was the character that Will Smith had been. And so at any rate, it's still with Will Smith. They didn't have the character out at that time. But we that's in the prophetic know that it was the character that walked up there, because the character didn't have no decency, no structure, no order, because the character didn't have no sense of order, saying this is not the proper place. Let me get this Negro when we go next side and have our drinks. Now I can slap him. But the character said, go up there, you better do something now. So we understand that. Next, what we talking about next? That's so much.
Real talk for real people. Where you just got it real.
Yeah. Will, I don't care what you say, at the end of the day, Will is still going into that sanctuary of Jada. Don't y'all know what good cookies do? You know, sometimes you can now Publix sells some good cookies. You know, Kroger's have some nice cookies, but Publix have some good cookies. And you see somebody biting off your cookie, y'all better be for real. You know, but that's real. I am just so glad that this man defended the image of his wife. And then the thing about it, what is she battling with knowing that her hair is out? You know, we don't know what she's thinking. I know how we think when we're sick, so we don't know. So at any rate, I still love Will. I mean, he ain't gonna give me no money for defending him. I ain't getting a dime. He ain't gonna even send me $21 for putting him out there. So quite frankly, I don't
care.
I don't care. I don't. Okay, what's next, baby?
If you have some questions for Dr. Seymour today, go ahead and put it in the chat. Go ahead and put it in the inbox. Go ahead and call the number. If you have a question, you want to ask Dr. Seymour a question, you want to ask myself a question about your relationship, about family, about love. And we're not just up here talking. We are certified in what we do. So we're not just a couple of people that decide to get on Facebook and talk. We are certified bachelors and masters. So
whoa, you go ahead, bachelors and masters. Go right ahead, baby.
So let's talk about conversation. Let's talk about relationship. Let's have some conversation. Dr. Seymour.
Million, thank you for coming in this evening. I think it's Mylan Johnson. I think this is the one that I bought my glasses from.
Okay.
Yeah, well, see, I'm advertising for you. Okay, Jackie. Okay, Jackie. But I'm just excited this evening because God is doing new things.
Yes,
and we're going over into a new era. And in this new era, God is shifting. He's shifting that black man. He's shifting that black woman. And don't be no dummy to the system. Don't be no dummy. Don't get relaxed and comfortable in the place that you're in because there is greater for you in your relationship. I declare this, when you get a strong woman and a strong lady that know who she is, know who her husband or her fiance is, you can't beat that man. That man can go all the way to his possibilities. There ain't no limits to where he can go when he has a strong woman. That's right. It ain't ever that man will tear down walls and cause things to happen that he didn't even know that he had strength to do.
The reason we know this, it's been proven to be true.
Yeah.
Barack Obama had to have dinner every evening
at 6 o'clock.
At 6 o'clock with Michelle Obama. So all of the presidents, after their day of working, they get with the congressmen and they hang out and that was not on his table because his wife said, we have a dinner. That ain't changing. This is family time. And that's what it was. So he had a strong woman pushing who he was, making him the great.
And what happened, Evans, she knew who she was.
Yes.
What has happened to the black woman is when they lose their identity.
Yes.
And I taught on this last week, self-love. And when you don't know how to love yourself, surely you cannot love your spouse, your husband, nor your family. You're giving them the love that you think is right. But self-love is when you begin to self-love yourself. I told them I got this book now that I want to start introducing. It's bedroom etiquette. We've taken the etiquette out of the bedroom.
Yes.
And we've taken bedroom etiquette everywhere else. And so what happened, we bring the babies into the bedroom. We bring our friends into the bedroom. Then we don't prepare ourselves for our own bedroom. That's the luxury of your sanctuary. That's the privacy of your love making. That's where the smell of him is at. That's where your smell is at. So we take all of that and invite everyone into our sanctuary.
Yes.
And so all of that is out. When women don't know how to self-love themselves and respect themselves, they can never, ever love their husbands, nor their fiance.
The correct way.
It's the correct way, and so that's what's happening. And that's what's happening. We need to make up our mind. Now I'm going to first love Adelia. Now that I love Adelia, I can love Elvis. Yes. But I can never love Elvis. And what happens is we take scarred tissues. We take scarred tissues and we take wounds that we've had and we allow this man to go into the wounds that never been healed. See, that's a whole nother subject. But when you allow other lovers to go into wounds and scars, then what happened is he get the same wounds and the same scars that's on you, that's on the inside of you. And you've never taken time to self-love yourself and get healed of the wounds of the last lovers. And so now you're mad, you're irritated and mad in this lover relationship. Now you got a man that's a lover, but you don't know how to be a romantic lady in a relationship where you have a man that's a lover. And the reason you don't know because you're still holding scarred tissues. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ever scarred tissues and they don't go away. Do you know the only thing that heals scarred tissues is a man that brings healing to you. Your spouse brings healing to you because what he does, he brings the completeness of the soul. And when he brings the completeness of the soul, it goes into you, and now you're made whole. Oh, shout. Now you're made whole. And the womb of the last person has to go. It has to go. People, we walk around here saying, I like him, but I don't love him. And I don't know. I've been hurt so bad in relationship. That's a whining spirit. Get rid of that mess and stop pitying yourself and start loving yourself. Cleansing yourself up. Get some etiquette for yourself. Make up your mind, I'm going to make this work. If every female that's under the sound of my voice will start practicing self-love and loving themselves, looking at yourself in the mirror, and tell me, what reflection do you see? What do you really see? Do you see beauty or do you see pity? Pity loves a pity party.
Yes.
And the pit loves pitiful. So you got to understand, where are you going now in your purpose? Where are you going now in your purpose? When you woke up, what did you see? Rollers everywhere, head rags everywhere, bras and bloomers everywhere. What did you see? Or did you wake up yourself to say, I'm going and let my cosmic, fix my face. I'm going to get some makeup. And I think I'll do my nails. And I think I'll take a day to get my toes done. You know, it's called self-love. Yes. Now I'm going to change how the inside of my car look. I need my car to represent who I am.
Yes.
I need my bathroom and my bedroom to represent who I am. I'm a lady of love. So when he finally visits me, I have something to show him who I am.
Yes.
It's all in self-love and completing who you are. It's all in the quietness of your spirit. It's all in the meekness of your humbleness to yourself. Are you humble to yourself? Does everything frustrate you and get you out of character? So everybody has seen you now out of character until now you don't have a presentation of who you really are. So people have met the nasty personality and never know that there's a beauty inside of it because of the ugliness that you presented. Talk to me. You know, that's self-love though, baby. And so you want him to love you and meet you where you are. It's like I tell women, because you got pregnant, that's not the end of your life. You got pregnant because you laid down and made love, you were sexed, or you were screwed. So don't blame your pregnancy on where your marriage is right now or where your relationship is right now. As a matter of fact, and I don't know if you know it, but most women, when they're pregnant, they're at their hottest season. We have more heat inside of us then than we ever have. When your wife or your fiance or whatever is pregnant, that's heat. Don't let them fool you. There's just something about them, they don't want to respond. And so they will act like, you know, I'm pregnant and I don't feel like that. Devil is a lie. So if you don't want real talk, turn me off now.
Go ahead and click like and share. Click like and share. Share it with someone. Let somebody know that the Seymours are on. Go ahead and put in your $21. Send in your $21 Wildlife Seymour sharing. Send in your $21 partnership seed. Your $21 partnership seed. Go in and send it in. Go partner with us. Because we going somewhere.
Whoa,
we're going somewhere.
They just don't know. We got some stuff to keep bringing.
We're going somewhere in life. We're going somewhere in success, in prosperity. We going somewhere. We're not stagnant. This is not a monument. We're going somewhere. We're moving. We're going somewhere. So partner with us. Let's go together. Partner $21 seed, $21 partnership seed. Let's go somewhere together. And someone out there might say, you know what? I've sold my $21, but you know what? I still want to be a blessing. I want to be a blessing to the Seymour. I want to be a blessing to what they're doing. I want to sow a seed into my next level, the next level of my relationship, the next level of my partnership, the next level in my success, the next level in my success. And when you sow into success, success is what's coming back to you.
This person, Phoenix said, wow, that's deeper than I've ever heard. Scar tissue. Scar tissue is something else.
Powerful. That's powerful.
The only person can heal us of scar tissues from other relationships is our completion.
Yes.
And if ever was not my completion, I would still be walking around scar tissues.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you what scar tissues does. When you finally meet, if you don't ever get that scar tissue healed, you're going to change your sexual life.
Yes.
You don't want to make love anymore, or you want it every now and then. everything about you changes because you haven't been healed in the scarred area. And it's called open wounds. And when that womb is left open like that, until you meet the right lover, that men, in case you understand why she shuts down on you. She got scar tissues that she haven't told you about.
Yes.
And the scar tissue is causing her not to want you to bundle with her. And man, you ain't going to hell because you bundle your wife. You're not going to hell. Listen, bundle her some more. Bundle some places you've never touched. Because it's okay. That's your wife. And if that's your fiancé, now, this is Dr. Seymours. This is not the Bible. If that's your fiancé and you're preparing yourself for marriage, you better know if that's a tunnel, if that's a river, if that's an ocean.
In other words, make sure you test drive.
Listen, where the tunnel is long and it has no ending. They better hear me. An ocean is wide, deep and wide, deep and wide.
The songwriter said it was ocean.
And then the river, so you better know. So you better, I'm telling you, don't be calling them out. Well, Dr. Seymours said, test drive. You darn right. Don't be talking about I'm going to take a chance. Now, I need to know everything about that Negro before I come down there and he changed my name. Don't change my name and I don't know what I'm finna get into because I've done that stuff before. That's called hell to the no. No. Real talk. Real talk for real people. And then you need to know if she knows bedroom etiquette. You need to know her cleanliness before you come down and put that woman's name on a marriage license that you have to pay $1,200 to get away from when you ain't paying but $20 to get into. You paying $20 to get into that, and it's gonna cost you your bank account, your mama's home, your daddy's land, your grandmama's inheritance to get out of it.
No,
They're gonna sue you for a lifetime.
This etiquette is so
bedroom etiquette.
Yes, it's the way your fiance, your friend, your girlfriend, the way they open the door when you go to meet them, and the way they present themselves, it's everything to know where you're going in this relationship. Where we're gonna go? Do you see yourself with this person 10 years from now, 15 years from now? The way that they present themselves. It's not something. It's not about the sex. What kind of mind do they have? How is their conversation? Do they have a conversation that they're just interested in what I'm doing and what I have to do? Can they make something happen if I cannot make it happen?
Can she get you out of jail?
Yes.
Is she a thinker? Can she get you out of jail, out of a bad situation, if there's a bad situation going on? So are you marrying her for her brain or are you marrying her for her butt?
Yes.
See, you got to be very careful about the butts now. You got to be very, very careful. Lucifer took his tail and messed up heaven. He took a third of heaven with him, and all he used was his tail. He took that tail and said, I need a third of you all. And he brought heaven with him. So don't you know how dangerous the tail is? But you need the mind, especially if I got any preachers listening to me.
Yes.
See, you got to have a woman with a brain. If you're a preacher and doing anything in ministry, the tail ain't what's going to win it.
My God.
It's the brain that's going to win it. And you already know if I'm telling the truth. Now, a good tail is good if you don't want to make that your soulmate. You want to make that your side mate. and make it your side mate. Every now and then I'm going to get the little piece on the side. But I got to represent where I'm going. So I got to have somebody that's got the mindset that know how to make moves, that got creativity, that knows how to turn things and maneuver things around when you can't make things happen. Now, see, that's the word. That's the word. Now what? I saw that question again about the scar tissue, but it's the truth about that. Now, what has to happen? He has to know, and then I see another question coming in. Once that female opens up to her husband and begin to conversate, not communicate. Communicate means laying there crying and he don't know what's going on. Conversate means, let me tell you, I've been molested as a child. I've been raped. I've had sex with multi-millions and I'm scarred. I'm wounded. And that's what's wrong. Nothing is wrong with you, baby. I'm the one that's wounded. Now, when we do that, we're able to be healed because I met my soulmate that's bringing healing to the situation. So when my soulmate goes in there, he brings the completion to the wounds that's healed and wide open. when there are open wounds in there, you all know what an open wound is. And the doctors have to stitch you up.
Yes.
Where your husband or your fiance becomes the doctor.
My God. You teaching, Dr.
And he brings healing to you. A lot of women, they are denying their husband. So the man got to go out and get some on the side. I don't want my husband getting none on the side. So let me tell you, I've been with bad marriages and you need to heal me.
My God.
Either we're going to do this, I'm going to continue to be scarred and wounded so it makes you mean.
Yes.
It makes you not have clean up the house. Y'all can talk to me. You walk around with slides on. You have dressing and fixing up yourself. The bedroom is not presentable for him. Y'all ain't gonna help me. The bedroom is not presentable for him.
The headscarf.
The scarf, yeah. And then Elvis, what are they sleeping on at night? What does the linen look like? What does the bed look like? What does the floors look like? What does the soap look like in the bathroom? What does the tissue look like in the restroom? What are you making personal out of this? Y'all better hear me. You know, this bedroom etiquette. And I gave out too much. I got a book on it. I know, you know, some folks get offended on some stuff that I teach. But you know what? The Bible says out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak it. I am a naturalist.
Yes.
So I try to stay with some things, but after I start talking, other things start flowing. But it's the truth. And if that woman's house is nasty, she is conky. No. If her teeth ain't clean, she is nasty. And if you smell her breath, take her to the dentist. Find out why do you smell your wife's breath. Y'all know I'm talking real. This is the stuff. So women that's single, you go ahead now and prepare yourself for your Solomon. You go ahead and prepare yourself. Get those teeth fixed. Fix your hair right. Find a perfume and an oil that agrees with your body. Y'all know it's the truth. Find the right shoes. Your toes ain't right. Go and get a pedicure and put some polish on them. Your toenail black, get them painted red or pink or yellow or orange. Change everything. Surprise him. He's looking for you. He's looking to come home with braids. Have something on your head different. Never let him know. Never become familiar with him. If that's your fiance, if that's a man you are admiring, and sure enough, if it's a man that you're admiring, you need to know the under tips, and you'll get him every time.
That's what you will share with the partners.
That's what we'll share in there. What y'all call that thing?
With a partner. So go, if you're not a partner and you're watching, go ahead and partner with us. $21 partnership seat. Go ahead and partner with us because you're gonna be getting emails. You're gonna know when we're gonna do a private session with us, the partners, and it's gonna be a blessing.
It's now or never. When we come back on next Monday, Evans, we're doing it different. Yes. We're just getting you all familiar and getting you all to come in on. I got some good stuff.
Yes,
because you gotta know I'm coming from streets, the knowledge of the street to build the kingdom of God. I'm bringing street knowledge to build the kingdom of God. If that man ain't been saved 99 years, that means he's been a part of the streets. Are you hearing me? So women, we got to get wise. I don't care if you're 75 years old, you're not too old. I don't care if you're 96, 97, 98. As long as you got breath in your body, you can fix yourself and be ready for your Solomon. I keep saying, you don't want Boaz. You thought you wanted Boaz. He was good for that moment. But baby, you're looking for your Solomon with the wisdom.
Yes.
Wisdom and understanding that can take you to where you want to go. Boaz was good. You know, they brought a baby out of that. They brought a son out of that. And that was good. I'm sure that one night was really good. But you don't want one night. You want something to last eternally until you're raptured out of here.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's just good talk for good people that want to hear some good conversations. That's all, you know. And I'm not really begging. I just like to take that time and push you and motivate you because we have some beautiful women. Yes. You all are beautiful queens out there. You all are beautiful ladies. You all are structured, fine women, nice shape, intelligent brain. And you're saying, God, where is he? When is he coming? Just as sure as Dr. Seymours is coming on, they are looking at you already. You just don't know they're watching you.
Mr. Wright is looking.
Yeah, Mr. Wright is always looking at him. They're always out there. So if you can meet him at a red light, you know you can meet him anywhere else. When your head is straight on the light. Amen. Good evening, Will. Good evening. Make it last forever. Making the love last forever. There's a stroke that woman got to give to make that last. But that's going to be on that podcast. I want to teach that class on the podcast, and I want y'all not to miss it that night. I got some strokes I want to tell these women about.
Oh, some man.
Yeah.
Do we have any question tonight? Questions? Are we ready for some questions? I know we have some questions that's flowing. As the questions are coming, remember to partner with us. $21 seed offering. Or you just want to be a blessing to the Seymours, go ahead and sow a seed. It's Mr. Band. Go ahead and sow a seed. Cash up Mr. Band. So,
And go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna tell them because you need to know a lot of stuff that I say is street. But what I took and did was I still use the wisdom of God to seek knowledge. I took the wisdom of God to seek knowledge. I am a certified master coach of art marriage, masters of art, marriage, and family counseling. So when you get in the street side of it, you're also getting the wisdom side of God. When I speak to you, I'm just not from the streets of prostitution, but I want you to know this. The secret, something that I share with you, I was a prostitute years ago. I was a madam for 5.5 years. Tell me I don't know what to do. I know what to teach. Now, a lot of things I can't teach you openly like this, but I know because God allowed me to have the experience. I've been beat up by men. I've been raped and molested. So that's why God has put this passion in my heart to come and save marriages. Save these young men that God has graced you with. Let's save your marriage. Women, let's change what we've done with our husbands. Your husband don't need to be going out to get coochie. You're supposed to give it to him at home. Give him so much that he will get tired. Now, I know I'm teaching. You wake that Negro up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And if he's not getting in to 5, you be there waiting on him, having a hot cup of tea with some of my honey in it. See, change the game. You've got to be game changers. Say it, baby. Yes, we got to be game changers. Right. I'm looking at what's happening to these black men. And a lot of our men, we're losing them because you haven't had nobody with street knowledge to bring it to you into the kingdom. Because people are afraid to talk this language that Dr. Seymours speak. So I'm not the apostle at this moment. I'm the apostle by title. But at this moment, I'm the queen of love at this time to talk to you about sex, relationship, marriages, making love, and screwing. Climbing the pole. Go buy your pole and put it in the bedroom. For y'all anniversary, every husband that's listening to me ought to go buy a pole. If the fire marshals can put a pole in the fire station, surely you can put one in your bedroom. Every man that's a fireman been on a pole. I know you don't think about it. And they had a first trainer, a pole. And when they come down spinning. Girl, you better go buy you a pole. Sir, go buy you one for your anniversary. Buy the silver one or the gold. The gold one gonna be about $300, maybe $400. But the silver one about $69.99. So do something different in your bedroom. And I can tell you about a basket you need to buy. But that's for when we come on the podcast. This thing gonna be hot. I'm telling you, hot. Only my partners go get this information. I ain't playing. Do I look like I'm playing?
Sure is.
No, I ain't playing.
Sure is playing. Before we go to the question, the Bible declared that the violence taken by force. But the American motto say America is for the brave and strong. So if you ain't taking it by force and you ain't brave and strong, then you already know you got to do something about it.
And I don't work with losers. I don't need losers coming on following me. I need folk that's got a positive attitude. I don't need no negativity for where we're going now in our relationships with who we are. And listen, I ain't even talked about the mega, what God is about is releasing in the atmosphere. I haven't even started talking about that. There's supernatural mega events, supernatural mega harvest that's coming. We're talking about the marriages, we're talking about sex, but girl, and gentlemen, that ain't the end of it. God got some money you haven't even tapped into. And it could be through to him, or it could be through to her, because there are some herds that's looking for the Solomons. I keep telling you, stop lagging. Get out them darn slides. Them Family Dollar yelling orange and green shoes and Payless shoes, and go buy you some real shoes to walk around in. Save your arch and your toes and your feet. Fix it up. Because Solomon might want to kiss your feet.
My God.
Amen.
Talk to me. Might want to kiss your toe. Might want to kiss the heel of your foot. Amen. It's time for change. Time for change. I know we're getting ready to go on further, but I want you to know that we're not just here because I have the street knowledge from God. God allowed me to be that madam. I told you that. I know what to teach you from the madam streets. I know what to teach you from the prostitution streets. And that's what a lot of the church folk are doing now, going on the streets buying prostitutes. So now they ain't got to buy the prostitutes. I can teach the wife and the fiance in the church how to become that he need. That he need. That's a, you understand that. And he like it. He gonna tell you to go get some more of that information. I had a husband send his wife back, say, whatever she taught you then, go back. And I'm gonna send you with a love offering for her.
That's exactly what she said. From miles away, you take an airplane.
Shoot, they took an airplane.
It was from up the street.
But you know, God is so good. We have people now, that they really, their lives are changing. Now on one-on-one, I talk a little different. But on here, I got some of y'all that wouldn't understand my language. And I be wanting church. I really be wanting church folk on here. So you can find out you ain't going to hell.
Yes.
To talk about making love. And ooh, girl was so good last night. Sometimes I be on the pulpit trying to preach. Sometimes I be up there trying to preach. I say, oh, I'm having a moment. I tell everybody, move back for one moment because I'm thinking about something that he did the night before. And I have those moments. But ain't nothing wrong. I ain't going to hell because I have a moment.
For your husband.
For my husband. He's my lover. Make it real good. Question. See if we don't stop. There's my son out there, Apostle Dr. Travis Davis. Yes. Tanya, hey there, baby. We're going to get this. I just want to know, are you all going to support and follow me on podcasts? Because we're going private. And then I can share some stuff and you can ask private questions. So everybody won't know what we're doing. Because some of y'all women need, you ain't had your back rubbed in a long time and you've been thought you were going to hell, sitting over there just sleeping by yourself. Everything ain't gonna send you to hell, baby. Can you repent? Everything ain't gonna send you to hell. And you got to watch them preachers that teaching y'all certain things. Ain't no telling what they getting. Okay, leave that alone, Dr. Seymour. Come on.
Dr. Seymour, you are hot tonight. It sounds like to me. And when you teach us how to change the gears, we're gonna know how to change.
Girl, but I'm gonna teach it another way when we get on podcasts, because everybody that's on ain't gonna understand my language. I gotta be able to say it just what it is, and then I can teach these women how to do what they need to do, and make the do work.
Amen.
Make it work, baby. Make it work. You got the worker. Oh, and it say enter into his course with what? Do anybody know enter into his course with what?
Thanksgiving.
Into his gates with what?
Good praise.
Enter into his course with what?
Thanksgiving.
He gonna be saying Thanksgiving.
Oh Lord.
And then he gonna put a praise on it.
Yeah.
Because I want to say this and then I gotta get the question. When that man enters into the courts, changes happen.
Okay.
See, you just don't know what you're working with. When he enters into the courts, things happen. You ain't gonna be no fool, no dummy, and then gonna be a fool or dummy, and then you broke. That don't work. This 21st century, you're in the fourth hour, fourth watch. Fourth hour, fourth watch. You broke, and then if you by yourself, you sure enough shouldn't be broke. But if you and got a spouse, and you still broke, something ain't right about that. I can't make love broke. I can screw broke, but I can't make love broke.
Even the IS in the movie said root knows the worker baby maker.
They ain't been watching Ruthless. Y'all listen. Tyler Perry don't know me. He ain't gonna be studying me. He ain't gonna send me a dime. He ain't gonna make me a partner. But even they told Ruth on Ruthless. What they told?
The IS said root knows the worker baby maker.
I saw Ruth slap the highest. Did y'all see what Ruth slapped the highest last week? Y'all pitiful. Y'all know you need to watch that. Ruth slapped the fire out the highest. He just said, who? What? Okay. And she bathed him. She knew what she was working with. Woman, when you know what you're working with, you're going to change but you don't know what you're working with because you don't have self-love.
My God.
The root of this problem is self-love and healing that wound. WOMB. When you got an angry wound,
woo, my God. That's a teaching all by itself. Don't even go to that.
I'm gonna come back.
Yes, that's a
Make sure y'all remind me now. Come back next Monday night about the angry wound. The angry wound, WOMB, leads to an angry wound, WOUND.
My God. My God. Question.
Yes, Dr. Seymour. One of our viewers from last week wanted to elaborate more on one of the questions she asked. She's saying that her significant other is so possessive to the point when she goes to the store or just goes anywhere by herself, he's accusing her of needing someone.
And do you know, and it's not in the book, but I want to say something. In my first marriage in the 70s, I think I married my first husband in the 70s. I shared this story with you over and over and over. That happened to me.
Yes.
My first children's daddy. I would go to the laundromat, and he would time me, and he would put 4 fingers up like this. And when that 4th finger got up, I had to been through washing, and he didn't drop me off at the laundromat. I would have to walk around the corner to the laundromat with the basket of clothes. But guess what followed that? Now I'm going to show you this. His jealousy, but I think I told this story last week. When I got off work early one day, I told you about this, Elvis. I got off work. I was working it was Captain D's when it first came out years ago. I got off early this evening, about 5:30 or 6 o'clock that evening. And when I got home, he wasn't there. He was gone with his ex-girlfriend, which was named Ruth. I know her first name was Ruth. Ruth Helen. Somebody that didn't probably know me, know I'm telling the truth about her. It was something in his closet. So if I wasn't home at a certain time, he was going to put them fingers up, and then he was going to meet me at the door and not even take the clothes out of my arm. He was going to knock the clothes out of my hand. I know that kind of stuff. What I did was I waited until he moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana. I went and got me no, I didn't. Before he moved, no, that's not what happened. I went and act like I was going to visit my sister. And my sister had an apartment in Western Garden Apartments. While I was there, I went and applied for me an apartment. Didn't have no income or nothing. I applied for me an apartment and got approved for one in Eastern Garden. And that was the beginning of me getting away from him. I sought my own freedom. When you love yourself, this is where it goes back to self-love. When you don't love yourself, you think that that's love, and that's abuse. She's in a toxic relationship that's causing her life to be so toxic that she don't know how to save herself. When a woman starts loving herself, you begin to get healed from scar tissues. I keep saying this. And when you cannot get healed, can I say something, audience, and don't get it. We can't groom ourselves proper when we are wounded. Yes. We can't speak positivity to ourselves when we are wounded. Yes. And I keep saying, except that man knows how to help us with self-love by conversating with us. There has to be a conversation. Yes. This thing getting heated. I feel it. It's getting heated. There has to be a conversation. Let me tell you what has happened to me, because I am wounded on the inside. And so every time the soulmate is trying to go into you, you can't allow him to go into you like he needs to as a husband or a spouse or in a relationship, because you're carrying a wound. I don't know if y'all know what the wound. Okay, let me use this. Then I got to go to the next question. When we first have a baby, they tell you do not have sexual intercourse for 6 weeks. Why? Because your womb is open. So you have scarred what? Tissue. Yes. Y'all better help me teach.
Yes.
When you have scarred tissue, and watch what happens. Until your womb heal up and you have sex before time, you immediately get what? Pregnant. Again. You immediately get pregnant, and then they would tell you they don't know what kind of baby you're going to have because you got pregnant too soon. So what happens? You have a baby that comes out crying, emotionally disturbed, because they was not able to go into a womb that was healed.
Oh, God, that's good.
They
powerful.
didn't go into.
Yeah.
So the
Yes.
babies are not. The daddy went in there with the seed, but the womb was still scarred.
My God.
And so with the womb being scarred and tissues in there, the baby comes out discombobulated.
Yes.
So now you don't have you have a wife that you're loving on, but she can't properly love you because she don't have self-love. I know this thing could go on and on and on. I know y'all getting tired.
Go
of
ahead
this.
and sow a seed. This Dr. Seymour is releasing some great and awesome information this evening. Go ahead and sow a seed into this teaching, into what Dr. Seymour is releasing. Whatever God has put on your heart. I know we have the $21 seed, partnership seed running across the screen. Running across the
I
screen.
like partners.
Yes, but whatever God has put in your, if God has put $100, if God, Dr. Seymour is blessing you, and you are being blessed, you are being fed by this information today. And I'm being fed sitting right here. So I know a lot of our partners and a lot of people that's watching this being fed. Go ahead and sow a seed. Go ahead and sow a seed of $60. Go ahead and sow a seed of $120, $50. Go ahead and sow a seed. Somebody might just want to bless us with $500. Go ahead and sow a seed because this is vital and great information, life-changing information. You can now look in yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to change my relationship. I need to have a conversation with my spouse, with my husband, with my boyfriend. I need to know, let him know what has been wrong with me, what happened to me. I need to free myself. I need to love myself enough so I can free myself.
When she love herself enough, she'll be able to love her husband.
Yes, yes.
She haven't made love to him proper because she have not healed. She have not been healed properly herself.
Yes.
And she cannot be healed until she have an open conversation to her spouse, no matter what it was about, who did it. You've got to open up and do this. Marriages are destroyed. You're preaching Jesus. We're preaching holiness. We're sanctified. Y'all know it. We're all full of the Holy Ghost, but we're not complete.
Yes.
We're not complete. See, if I told a story of the circumcision, but that's Bridget, write that down so I won't forget. I want to do the circumcision along with the womb next week.
Yes.
Because you got to understand what heals the man. Hey, shout. Woo! You got to understand what heals the man and causes that man to be made whole.
Yes.
You got men that's broken, but their
Yes.
circumcision was taken from them. You got to understand why that man is scarred, have no desire for a female. Hey, shout. See, this thing gets deep. And so we can't talk about what we don't understand. We can't talk about, and then you don't see their bleeding heart. Their heart is bleeding. That female is bleeding because she's wounded on the inside.
Yes.
That gentleman, that man is bleeding because he's been cut off. Parts of his body has been taken from him. And he can't understand why he can't function as a man. Y'all better hear me. But nobody talks about this because we are afraid to have open conversations in the church. That's why it's no longer the church. It is called the kingdom. And we have kingdom assignments to set the captive free.
My God.
And the Bible declares, he whom God has set free, you will be set free indeed. Now your sexuality, now your sexual parts will function like they're supposed to function.
My God. My God.
You ain't gotta have no Viagra.
My God.
When reality comes in, I pray I don't forget it next week, that they give her the question, because I need to tell you about what's happening with the men. When your foreskin was taken from you, you can't function as a man, and it causes you to be discombobulated in sexual parts. And once it has, I told them, it starts from your feet and work up to your shoulders. By the time it makes it to your shoulder, your head is already gone. Woo!
My God.
I have to stop. I have to stop. Your head is already gone. So when your head gone, now you're walking around trying to find your head. Where is my head? Where's my head? Why do I feel like this? Why don't I desire this? Why don't I desire this? Because your skin was taken off. And you didn't find your foreskin yet.
My God. My God. Powerful. Powerful. Question.
Questions.
Powerful.
When you answered the remaining of her questions, she wanted to know what should she do. So
Yeah, she needs to know what is the secret. What is the secret of why he's like that? You know, and don't torment me for what has happened to you in the past relationships. He's tormenting her, sound like, because of things that's either on his plate or that happened to him in his last relationship. Now she has to get identity for herself and decide, what are you going to do? How do you get identity? Start declaring self-love. You got to declare, I love myself. I have self-love in spite of what I've gone through, what I've lived with, what I have allowed to overshadow me. I'm coming out of that, and I'm coming out of it tonight. I'm shifting my own life. You've got to learn to say, I am shifting my own life. I'm taking charge over what? Myself. Yes. Because I can do this. I am great.
Yes.
I am great. That doesn't matter what others have said and done. I still determine my own destiny.
Yes.
Never give your destiny over to nobody else. People will steal your destiny and your purpose and your assignment and make you feel like you're less than that when you are all of that and some more. Somebody better declare, I'm that lady. I'm that man. I'm that gentleman. And I might have missed it. But after tonight's show, you better declare, I won't miss it no more. There you go. Come out of there. I know they got me another question. Come out of that stall. I'm shifting my own life. There you go, Rita. There you go, girl. Shift your own life. Speak to yourself. Speak life to yourself. Speak healing to yourself. I am healed. I am all of that God has created me to be. I am a woman of integrity. I am a lady that walks in self-love. You got to declare that and be that what you say. Folk will make you think you're less than what you are. And you're not. Rachel, you are beautiful too. I want you to know that. I respect you, girl. You're that lady. You're that lady. And realize you're that lady. And walk in it. No matter what your life has been. No matter what folk has said about you. Your life couldn't have been too much worse than mine. I've been the crackhead. I've been the alcoholic. I've been the prostitute. I've been the bank robber. I've been the liar. I've been the adulteress. Talk to me. But baby, self-love changes all of that.
Yes.
And now I can go around the same people that knew me when I was. But look at me now.
My God.
I'm that lady. Every time I say it, you notice I hit myself in the chest. I remind myself, wake up, girl. You that lady. Wake up. You that lady. You ain't going nowhere. That's what I'm talking about. I am healed. I am delivered. There are things, some things you don't want to be delivered from, but there are some you want to be delivered. Be delivered from unforgiveness. And once you start walking in unforgiveness, and then God gonna start bringing a lot of stuff to you. And each day you're gonna wake up bigger and bigger and bigger. You're gonna be that giant that you really always wanted to be. You're going to be more determined about yourself than you've ever been. Don't let church folk, Christian folk, religious folk determine who you are. Because most religious folk is doomed themselves because they've already put all of us in hell. That devil is a lie. I ain't going no hell. Give me that last question, because I know I gotta go. I've had these people up too long.
Self-love,
baby. Yeah, it'll take you there.
Yes.
It'll take you there. If you all taking heed to what I'm saying, you will feel like each day before you see me next Monday, you're going to feel better and better about yourself. Self-love. Folk never taught us that as Black women. You know why they didn't teach us? They didn't know it. I'm that lady. There you go. There you go, Sonia. I'm telling you, girl, and then you're beautiful too. Look in the mirror and pin on the mirror the picture that you see yourself being. And every day you wake up and say, I'm that lady. I look in the mirror every morning. I be hoping my eyelashes don't be off, but in case they be off, I wink my eyes and say, I'm still that lady. Amen. Sometimes I sleep with my lipstick on. I don't care what nobody say. Sometimes I feel good about myself, don't I? I go take me a nice shower. I say, shoot, I feel good myself sitting in my bedroom. Let me go have me a nice little glass of wine and do this by myself. And while Eva's in there playing the video game. That's what I do. And I say, shoot, I fix my little hair up. And then I put my blonde on my pink hair. Yeah, I got some pretty pink hair too. Put my little pink hair on it and look at my nails and say, baby, I could have done them a little better last week. Make sure I do that. I got to talk to myself. You know why? Because I'm encouraging others. So I make sure I speak to myself first.
Songwriter said, encourage yourself.
In the Lord. One more question, Duchess.
Yes, one of our
You trying to say?
One of the viewers wants to know. She says, every time I pray to God to send me someone, my ex-boyfriend keeps showing up. So at one point I told myself, maybe the Lord is saying that he's that somebody. But every time I'm around him and he starts to talk to me about sexual things, it just turns me off.
Why? Why does it turn off if he's talking about sexual things? Because that might be where his mind is. So why would that turn her off? Is he not talking about it I don't want to make assumptions, but there's nothing wrong with him talking about sex. But I need to know why it turns her off.
Well, she says, as long as he's talking in general, we can talk all day. But for whatever reason, no one else is coming around when I pray.
Well, she might better think. She might want to think, and then get him on inbox and inbox me them together, and let me question him to find out. But I love to talk about sex with my husband. I do it all day long. I take my hand over there and grab on everything. I think that's of course. Yes, I don't see nothing wrong with him wanting to talk about sex and coochie and getting some and all that. I just,
don't get too religious.
Yeah, don't get so. Women, please get out of that syndrome. That's a syndrome, religious syndrome. They took all that good old girl. Do you know what you're missing? Do you know the youthfulness that you're missing? Do you know the luxury of somebody holding your butt? This wig gonna come up. I better stop. Shoot, get real. Get real, people. Get real. Life is real.
Yes, it is.
You want to live and live a happy life? The life that you're living now speaks for your eternal life.
My God.
Get with life. Life is real. And maybe that could be the gentleman that she needs. Talk sex with him. Change. Be a game changer.
Yes.
So you come over tonight. I got something to talk to you about. Now, if you don't like to talk about that, have your wine. Light a cat on the side of my tub. I have a jacuzzi tub. I have the wine bottle. I have a peacock candle and two wine glasses. I have the petals. They're on my jacuzzi. Whether others get in there or not with me, talk about sex. I talk about it more than him, though. I think I do with you, because I grab you. And Elvis got this little thing up. I love y'all. One more question.
One of the viewers would like to know, she's saying that now that she's older, her appetite has changed for intimacy. How does she explain to her husband that she's looking for something different?
Oh, that ain't no explanation. Do that wine dinner. Take him to Ruth Chris. I just invite y'all over to Dr. Seymours. Where do you live, baby? I do private counseling. No, for real. People come to my city, and I spend 2 or 3 days with couples. Yes. And I guarantee you, when you leave me, your whole relationship would have changed. Your whole life.
Yes.
I give you an invite. Couples out there. As a matter of fact, we're getting ready to do it in June.
Yes.
But if you want to come before June, I'm doing a couples invite. And I told the couples, the women are going to be upstairs for a moment, and the men are going to be in the basement with my husband. And we're
gonna do this.
We're gonna do this.
Yes.
Don't let me forget to keep bringing it to you. But in case you all want to come to me before then, I do private talks. I just need to tighten up some screws on her. That's why the tie keep running off. The bolts wasn't put on tight.
Dr. Seymour, you have blessed us so tremendous tonight. Yes. And I know you have talked to so much. I want you to take a few minutes and talk about sowing. Talk about, you don't have to go into it too much, but talk about sowing and the advantage of sowing into such a prophetic awesome word that you released tonight.
One thing about sowing, Elvis, it brings a release.
Yes.
And this is what a lot of people don't understand, because we've never been taught that.
Yes.
Sowing brings a release. It brings a release in the field that you've been asking God to move for you, whether it's financially, in your marriage, you're looking for a soulmate. You sow, and don't just sow 1 or 2 times. You have to sow into where you're going. The harvest is ready. God told me in the beginning of this year that alignment brings manifestation.
Yes.
Manifestation brings a harvest. In other words, you're listening to me now. You're coming into the alignment of what you've been missing and what's been left out of your life. First of all, you realize self-love is priority. So now you're coming into alignment, fixing yourself, getting things ready for yourself, loving yourself. Now that you love yourself, that's the alignment. So after the alignment comes the manifestation. So now men are going to be blowing at you, want to pay your gas, want to pump your gas, or the wife will change at home, the husband will change at home. That's the manifestation.
Yes.
And then the harvest It's the greatest part of
My
it.
God.
So, but the seed is the door. You got to put the seed in the ground that it can come up. And once the seed sees, and you give that seed an assignment,
Yes.
you tell that seed, I want you to do this. Now, I didn't give God no certain tall man with a flat stomach and a whatever body and all that. Matter of fact, I didn't do none of that.
You just got it.
Well, I went on sabbatical, and I was sick and tired of myself. Like I just needed to know Adelia. And that's when it came, because I went on sabbatical. My international prelate told me to just shut my own self down. Cause I was meeting all Mr. Rome's. I don't know if y'all ever had that experience, but I was meeting all Mr. Rome. And they would come in my house. They would almost try to move with me, drive my car. I done met all Mr. Rome. But when I went into that sabbatical, kept sowing my seeds, stayed faithful to my assignment, then my Solomon came.
My God.
And that's the short story of it. You need to sow a seed, but I'm not saying things are going to happen predicated upon your seed. I'm asking you to be a believer and sow a seed. If you're led to sow a seed and become a part of what God is doing with us, next week I prayerfully will be on the podcast. And I'm doing private things for private people beginning next week. But if you want to inbox me tonight, that's fine. That's fine. I still love you. I still enjoy you.
Yes.
I enjoyed every one of you that came on. Mother Burks, that was one of my members. I'm coming to Florida. I was trying to come in June. I'm going to have a big family reunion with all of my Florida family, all of my family's sons and daughters. Oh, y'all just stay tuned. We're coming there. We have not forgotten you all. We are coming. I saw my son on there. Jesus, can't call his name, but anyway, you all know who you are. And let the Floridians know they need to watch us on Monday nights. I'm coming with some good stuff. Yes. And go back and get your man if he left you. Go back and get your man. Don't let your man leave you for Anthony Tarleton. Oh my God, he was almost my son-in-law. Oh, Anthony, I see you doing well too, son. I'm happy for you. God, there are some greater things that God has in store for you in this season. In the next 3 months, you're going to see a greater shifting in some things God is doing with you in ministry and financial wise. And then I hear God saying he's doing some shifting in your weight. You've been worried and concerned about your weight, and God said, hey, he said he's doing some shifting in your weight, and look forward to everything that God is about to do. Look forward to seeing you too when I come there. Amen. Amen. Wow. Selena say, well, counsel me too. Listen, girl, I love you too. And greatness is before you. Your greater days, your days ahead, your days are greater in front of you than the ones that was behind you. And God said there's a great big harvest that's waiting on you in this season, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just know that you got self-love and that you know who you are. I hear God saying, but you know who you are. You're not walking in an identity crisis. That's what I hear God saying. Just continue in self-love and watch the move of God in your life. Watch the move of God in your life. I hear business. See, God is doing something greater in the business that you're either starting or getting ready to start up, or you're already into it. And if you're already into it, it's about to get greater. And if you're not into it, then God is getting ready to establish you in that. Watch God. Amen. Now listen, y'all gonna do this to me tonight after I don't talk about coochie. Y'all gonna do that to me? Don't make me do that. I just got to my coochie, sex, making love. I ain't even talked about oral sex yet. You know that what Eve did to Adam, but we got to go off the show. We got to go off the show. I love you, Gwendolyn. I love you, Brandon. I love you. Oh my God, I love you all. Until next Monday night. Yeah. Send in your questions. We're gonna still be in here for a few minutes. And I'm gonna start next week prayerfully with the questions. So y'all stay tuned. I don't know if I'll be blue, purple, green, or red next week, but whatever, it'll be here. Elvis and I love you all. Thank God for you. Stay tuned until next week. The Seymours love you all. Women, remember you're that lady. Don't forget you're that lady. Have self-love.
For real people with real situations. Love y'all.